Thank you so much, Brian. And while Americans are feeling the unity here at the fair, the same cannot be said of the Democratic Party as another Mamdani-backed socialist eyes a primary win in Colorado tomorrow, and the socialist mayor vows, "We're just getting started."
I think a Democratic socialist can get elected anywhere across this country for any position. We are seeing a hunger that is not just felt by New Yorkers, but frankly by Americans from coast to coast for a new kind of politics, one that puts working people at the heart of it. We need to have a platform and a vision that doesn't sound as if it was cooked up by consultants, but instead one that you would say in response to someone who's asking, why can't I afford my rent? Why can't I afford my groceries? Why can't I afford my childcare? We need to make clear who we stand for, how we're going to stand for them, and that we're actually willing to fight for them.
Fox News contributor Mary Katharine Ham joins us now. Mary Katharine, great to see you.
Good to see you.
In person. And I'm in your town
so
now.
Nice.
Yes, we're all excited about this, but you have these socialists that are winning in certain districts and areas around our country. It's pretty scary because they're not proud of the capitalism and what America stands for.
No, I mean, and look, here's the thing. I think you can't dismiss the Riz, as the kids say. Zoran Mamdani is very talented. There are other people he's endorsing who don't have quite the charisma that he does, so I don't think it will play quite as well. Now, he says they can get elected anywhere. Right now, that's not true, but we've got a couple generations of economic illiteracy going on. I'd actually like to give Thomas Sowell's Basic Economics to every politician and every person in this country, and that might help a little bit, get everybody up to speed. But another thing that's going on right now is you see these World Cup visitors reacting to the prosperity of America. And I do think that that is helping people realize what we've taken for granted, what our system and what our freedom and what free market capitalism brings to our doorsteps every single day. And understanding that is part of the sort of immune system to socialism. So I think that's helpful.
How can Republicans sell that message to the rest of the country? Do they need to have folks that came from a socialist country stand up? Because I don't think a lot of Americans, especially the younger generation, understand what socialism looks like.
I do think that's actually helpful because when you have people who've lived under these systems, you know, Mamdani says, oh, we've had it for 6 months in New York and it's going fine. Okay, let's see how this rent freeze goes a couple years from now when people have exited the market and are not incentivized to create housing, and housing is more expensive. So when people have really been through it and they've seen the repression, because socialism requiring everyone to believe the same thing. Well, we're not that country, and everybody's not going to give in and not give you their assets and their money and all of their stuff, especially for systems that don't work. You see it all the time. They say, oh, well, the schools and the roads. Well, the schools were out for a year during COVID. What kind of security is that? Like, so they're not actually speaking to people's problems. And when they let crime get out of control and they let public order not be put in order, they put families and working families, especially in really bad situations, which is why a lot of these folks are actually backed by grad school grads or people who are still in grad school, and largely white, affluent liberals.
What does America 250 mean to you?
Oh, man, I am America maxing with my children. I'm reading a bunch of founding documents. Look, it can be hard to digest them. I'm glad we've got the Declaration reading with Americans for Prosperity. I'm doing that with my kids because I think getting them up to speed about the founding and how radical it was and how amazing it was is really important. Because, again, we take for granted what we have. We've lived here. We're like fish who don't know that we're wet.
Right.
And so to really embrace it, you do have to think through those things and pass them on to your kids and make sure that they know they're part of the greatest miracle in freedom and humankind.
I know, and when we've been playing the sound bites from people who've come from the World Cup from other countries. I was watching Bill Maher over the weekend, and he did the same thing. So you're seeing it on both sides because he's a Democrat, and it made me so proud. The pride living in America.
Yep,
thankful.
It's beautiful.
Yes, thank you so much, Mary Katharine. Great to see you. A Democrat.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.